Welcome to this new tutorial. Today we're going to be taking a look at how to create grills, especially for cars, but any type of vehicles or object that require a certain type of mesh pattern for like any shape. Really, this technique can be applied to uh, any shape. Yes, exactly. So let's get started. The first thing you're going to need to do is select the mesh that will house your grill. So for example, here it's just this piece. And then I will go into local view just so it's easier for you to follow along. Then in edit mode, what you will need to do is select an edge loop. And we're going to separate it into a new mesh by using right click and then separate. Then going to edit mode of this new object, we just want to fill that shape. So if you're a satinist, you can just press F and do it with an end gun. And surprisingly, it should work. So that's a possibility. What you can also do is just fill it with quads. Honestly, it doesn't really matter because we're just going to use this shape for a Boolean operation. So I'm just going to fill it rather quickly. Really, don't worry about the topology for this part. It's not going to be very important for the final result. Just make sure that you cover... Oh my god, this was too bad for me to ignore. Yes, just make sure you cover the whole zone that you want to have a mesh in, okay? But really, just don't bother. Like, literally, that's the worst topology you could have. I'm just going to turn off my shrink wrap. That's why it was so weird. Okay, so I'm just going to extrude all the faces on the y-axis, or at least the axis that will face the direction of the grill. Okay, so now you can see that I have this dip over here. And if I really wanted the grill to like follow this exact shape, I could just try to tighten it with edge loops and try to make it cleaner. But what you can also do is just make the shape much more simple by like just turning it into a big rectangle. Just like so. Okay. And now I'm just going to scale it a tiny bit so it's a bit bigger than the grill itself that I want. Then I will just tighten those corners just like that. Doesn't really matter, but I always like to do it. And I'm just going to delete that. Sorry, it's a quite a messy mesh. I'm sure you did better than me on that one. Okay, so now we have our grill contour and we have this big block. If you have modifiers, for me I have quite a bit, I will apply every single one of them except for the solidify, which I will just delete. Okay, and that's just because sometimes it will just mess with the boolean that we're going to do, and you will have a grill that will only cover like the edges or the parts where there was the solidify. Then going into front view, what I'm going to do is add the mesh pattern that I want to have. So I will need for this the extra objects add-on. This will allow us to use the hexagon pattern, like the honeycomb grill. Add mesh extra objects, this one. And I'm just going to save my preference so I have it for the next time. And then under mesh, I will find the extra and then honeycomb, just like here. And crank this to like 100. And then we're going to rotate this, sorry. And then scale it down until you have the size that you want. Then into side view, you want to place it about in the middle. It doesn't really matter as long as it's inside of the big block we created earlier. Okay, so now select the big block, go into the modifiers. We're going to add a Boolean modifier. And now under the, like by default, it's set to difference. We're going to set it to intersect and then select the honeycomb. And what we want to do is apply the Boolean. And I would not recommend to delete this if you have like multiple grills to make for the same car or same vehicle. So I'll just hide it for now. And yeah, let's hide it in the renders also. Okay, so now we have this, but we can see that my grill is a bit curved and at an angle. And of course, you could just place it manually and try to fiddle with it with maybe a bit of proportional editing. But I have a much better technique for that. So I will go into edit mode and select all the vertices just so my gizmo is at the center. And then using Shift S, I will press cursor to select it, just to place the cursor here. And then I will spawn a lattice object. So this, if you're not familiar with them, think of it as like a non-destructive deformation cage, okay? So if you go into edit mode of the lattice, you will see points, and basically it will allow us to deform the object without destroying the geometry. So I'm just going to scale it down until it's about the size of my grill, like so. And then I'm going to select the grill, add a lattice modifier, like here, and then select the lattice as the lattice object. And then under here, you will see that this new object data property has the lattice symbol, and you will add more resolution to it. Like in this direction, it's not really needed in my case. I just want more controls on this side and on this side. And then the magic happens when you go into edit mode of the lattice with the modifier. And then we can just start. Wait, I'm going to give thickness to the grill just so you can see better what I'm doing in side view. So obviously this is a bit of an exaggeration. Sorry, my English is pretty bad this morning, just like usual. Okay, so I'm just going to move this towards the center. And you can see that it's very easy to shape it into like whatever form I could have. This is a relatively simple shape, but I tried it for much more complex shapes and patterns, and it works flawlessly every time. So this is the basic idea. And now you could apply the lattice. I tried to not do it until the very end. And obviously you could like trim this better. You could just move it slightly inward. And then if we get out of local view, it should look pretty all right. Wait, let me turn this off. And yeah, you can see that we have a grill that fits perfectly. That's a bit curved, and that could be changed very easily. And now I want to show it. I want to show you how you can do it with more complex patterns, or like a lower poly version. So for the lower poly version, we're just going to use a texture. Okay. So what I like to do is, let me delete the mesh we created. I like to use a like custom grill pattern, and then behind it place a honeycomb grill that is textured, just to save on some polygons. So you can see at the back, it's not like modeled. It's not like we saw previously. It's really just a flat plane with a texture from Blender Kit. Sorry. You can find this one. It's not my material. You can type steel perforated or just hexagon or something similar, and you should find it. And like you have a few patterns for this. So this is the technique I would use if I had to reduce my poly count or wanted to save a bit on performance. And I would not recommend it for like close-up shots, or I don't know how to call that, maybe your main grill or main focus point of the car. But for smaller grills, for example, I don't know, for an interior, if you had some vents that needed a grill, then this can be easily applied to that. Or like at the back here, I just put them here, texture them. It's a bit easier, less complex. And now for custom patterns, it's the same principle. So you will just fill the shape, extrude it, then use a Boolean. I placed one custom pattern on Blender Kit. If you type car grill, like so, you should find this. It's like a more complex hexagonal pattern, and you can just append it over here and increase number, whoops, not this one, of rows you want. And the only thing you have to be careful about those patterns is to place the motif in like the center. So for example, I don't want the center of the grill to be misaligned, so I would just place it as best as I can over here. Okay, now I want to show you what problems can happen when you do this grill with a bit more complex patterns. So I will just import the hexagonal pattern from Blender Kit, sorry. And then I will just place it about in the center. If you were doing like a perfect job, you really need to align it. It will be a nice little extra touch. But I'll just place it here for now. And then my boolean set on intersect, placed on this big blocky object. I will then turn the viewport visibility on and then select the grill. And now you can see that it worked relatively well. Like we have some bits over here that are just stranded and other parts that are just not really there. And that's fine because like we had this dip over here. And let's just apply it. Okay. I'll just hide the grill and then go into edit mode. And what I recommend to do is already do a merge by distance. Like you can see that it removed 6,000 vertices. And I'm not sure if that has to do with the solidify modifier on the grill or just the boolean operation itself. But this is, I would say, like a mandatory step. I always do it. Sometimes you will just get more than that. Sometimes it will come out perfect, but it costs like 2 seconds to do this. Also, for those tiny islands, I will just remove them by hand. Or what you can do is under the mesh, do a cleanup and delete loose. So for here, it didn't do much, but sometimes you will see that you will have like tiny edges that just are not connected to anything, and that can be quite annoying. So I'll just go back over here to my grill and go back to local view over there. And then I should have a lattice object because it's quite easy to experiment with this technique because you can just reuse the same lattice object for every different pattern. So I'll just select my grill, add a modifier, a lattice, over here on the third column, and then just select the lattice object. And now you can see the importance of making the grill actually bigger than what the final shape will be, just so that you have a bit of extra room to either scale it down afterwards or just try to occupy as much space. If you made it too small and you don't want to restart, that's fine. Just scale it up a bit and then play with the lattice. I will need to go into edit mode, I believe. Yes. Okay. And just like so, we changed the whole look of the car. And you can see that it's not perfectly aligned. Like I would probably try to tweak it a bit more. And we can just play with the materials quite easily. And yeah, that's about it. That's how I would that's how I create my car grills now. I don't use any other technique. It works super well for me. You can use any pattern and it works pretty much flawlessly every time. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching. And if you have any questions? My god, my English is so bad. Okay, if you have any questions, let me know in the comments and I'll try to answer them as fast as I can. If you made it this far into the video, thank you so much. You may consider to subscribe to the channel as I will make a video a week from now on. And if you like the video, just give it a like. It makes a difference. Maybe not for the algorithm, but just for my mental health. Thank you so much.